Welcome to Numbering the Days channel, where it's week 33 on the ancient biblical calendar. And if you've not read 1 Kings chapter 12 in a while, I suggest you really read that this week. Ponder the recent elections in our country that have just occurred and the split that is occurring right before our very eyes. Just as in 1 Kings chapter 12, it's all about a split that occurred in the nation of Israel. I can't get over how, as we put together this video this week, that the elections took place this week and what has happened. And in all my life, I can't remember any candidates running for elections who spoke so much of violence and in support of it as much as ever before, let alone win elections, those who were speaking such blatantly about it. I know you pray like I do for our nation, the leaders, those on the front lines, and everyone who has the ability to make choices affecting others and to rule over others for good or for evil. We just finished our word study mini-series on the throne of Elohim, the throne of Yah, and I realized at the end of that series just sadly how far our system and those ruling have fallen. How far things have fallen from the high standards of justice and judgment, mercy, truth, and love that were intended for the righteous people. There is only one event on the calendar this week, and it mentions 1 Kings 12. It's in verses 32 and 33, and that's how we pin this story onto the calendar this week. It's the creation of the 8th month, idolatrous feast in northern Israel, and the placing of the 2 golden calves in Israel. Joshua is going to read to you from that chapter in just a moment. 2 things came to my mind when I was preparing this video. Moses is the first, who had to deal with the consequences of the first Exodus and the golden calf, which we discussed in depth in our Moedim video series. Moses said the following when there were 2 witnesses in the camp. This is from the book of Numbers. Now remember, so many are trying to figure out right now who the 2 witnesses are in the end times and who they will be, and I actually focus on what Moses said. Numbers 11:27-29. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, My Adon, Moses, forbid them. And Moses said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake? Would Elohim, or El, that all of Yahuwah's people were prophets, and that Yahuwah would put his spirit upon them. Now Moses did not say he wished all the people were priests. I hope you noticed that. I've meditated on this a lot. No, he said he wished they were all prophets so they would have Yah's spirit in them. So let's fast forward many hundred years to when Jesus Yeshua, the Mashiach, is searching for his lost sheep, and he is speaking to his very own disciples, who he gives that Ruach to that Moses wished for. So Yeshua will deliver what Moses wanted, and yet having the Ruach would not be enough, for he had to say, I'm going to read this from a very famous passage in Matthew 24, verses 4-6. And Jesus answered them and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceives you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now, he said, take heed. Take heed, those of you who have his Ruach, that no man deceive you. You see, take heed. Not Joe Blow public out there, but he's saying take heed to his own people who he gives his Ruach to. As you listen to what Joshua is going to read to you today, listen to the story carefully. A prophet of Yahuwah, a prophet who hears from him and and obeys. This very same prophet was deceived, listening to another prophet who told him he had heard from an angel. He did not make the U-turn after going into Israel, land of the golden calves. You see, for it was no longer just the one calf of Moses' day in the Exodus. Now there were two of them. And this prophet from Judah, who heard from Yah, did not U-turn and do as he was told and come all the way back to Judah as instructed. He listened to a lie from a prophet, and it cost him his life. There is more chatter, distraction, floods of disinformation than ever before, and easier for that man or woman, true prophet, to be deceived, let alone those who don't even walk on the path, but walk solely after the chatter, the flesh, the flash, the distractions. Here's a picture of this week's calendar, and as you can see, this is the only thing on it. And here's Joshua, who is going to read to you out of 1 Kings. These are very sobering times. Yet we walk in faith and not by sight, with an expected end that is better than gold, in the light of Jesus Yeshua, our kinsman redeemer, who absolutely does not fail to bring his flock home. Shalom.
Okay, now, there are questions when you read this story. Is it a valuable lesson to be learned? Has it been added to for the purpose of making Father to look bad? This is at the time of Israel dividing into two nations. There will be more comments after. Starting in 1 Kings 12:25. Then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from there, and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of Yeshua at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah. And they shall kill me, and go back to Rehoboam, king of Judah. Whereupon the king took counsel, and made 2 calves of gold, and said unto them, Is it too much for you to go up to Jerusalem? Behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan. And he made a house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah. And he offered upon the altar, so did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made, and he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel. And he offered upon the altar, and burned incense. And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah by the word of Yahuwah unto Bethel. And Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. And he cried against the altar in the word of Yahuwah, and said, O altar, altar, thus says Yahuwah, Behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name, and upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burn incense upon thee, and men's bones shall be burnt upon thee. And he gave a sign the same day, saying, This is the sign which Yeshua has spoken. Behold, the altar shall be rent, and the ashes that are upon it shall be poured out. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of God, which had cried against the altar in Bethel, that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, Lay hold on him. And his hand, which he put forth against him, dried up, so that he could not pull it in again to him. The altar was rent, and the ashes poured out from the altar, according to the sign which the man of God had given by the word of Yeshua. And the king answered and said unto the man of God, Entreat now the face of Yeshua thy God, and pray for me, that my hand may be restored me again. And the man of God besought Yeshua, and the king's hand was restored him again, and became as it was before. And the king said unto the man of God, Come home with me, and refresh thyself, and I will give you a reward. And the man of God said unto the king, If thou wilt give me half your house, I will not go in with you, neither will I eat bread nor drink water in this place. For so was it charged me by the word of Yeshua, saying, Eat no bread, nor drink water, nor turn again by the same way that thou came. So he went another way, and returned not by the way that he came to Bethel. Now there dwelt an old prophet in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works that the man of God had done that day in Bethel, the words which he had spoken unto the king. Them they told also to their father. And their father said unto them, What way went he? For his sons had seen the way the man of God went, which came from Judah. And he said unto his sons, Saddle me the ass. So they saddled him the ass, and he rode thereon, and went after the man of God, and found him sitting under an oak. And he said unto him, Are you the man of God that came from Judah? And he said, I am. Then he said unto him, Come home with me, and eat bread. And he said, I may not return with you, nor go in with you, neither will I eat bread nor drink water with you in this place. For it was said to me by the word of Yeshua, Thou shalt not eat no bread nor drink water there, nor turn again to go by the way that thou came. He said unto him, I am a prophet also, as thou art. And an angel spake unto me by the word of Yeshua, saying, Bring him back with you into your house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. So he went back with him, and did eat bread in his house, and drank water. And it came to pass, as they sat at the table, that the word of Yeshua came unto the prophet that brought him back. And he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying, Thus says Yeshua, Forasmuch as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of Yeshua, and hast not kept the commandment which Yeshua thy God commanded you, but came back, and has eaten bread, and drank water in this place, so which Yeshua did say to thee, Eat no bread, and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come into the grave of thy fathers. And it came to pass, after he had eaten bread, and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the ass, to wit, for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way, and slew him, and his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it. The lion also stood by the carcass. And behold, men passed by, and saw the carcass cast in the way, and the lion standing by the carcass. And they came and told it in the city where the old prophet dwelt. And when the prophet that brought him back from the way heard thereof, he said, It is the man of God, who is disobedient unto the word of Yeshua. Therefore Yeshua has delivered him unto the lion, which has torn him, and slain him, according to the word of Yeshua, which he spake unto him. And he spake to his sons, saying, Saddle me the ass, and they saddled him. And he went and found his carcass cast in the way, and the ass and the lion standing by the carcass. The lion had not eaten the carcass, nor torn the ass. And the prophet took up the carcass of the man of God, and laid it upon the ass, and brought it back. And the old prophet came to the city to mourn and to bury him. And he laid his carcass in his own grave, and they mourned over him, saying, Alas, my brother! And it came to pass, after he had buried him, that he spake to his sons, saying, When I am dead, then bury me in the grave wherein the man of God is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones. For the saying which he cried by the word of Yeshua against the altar in Bethel, and against all the houses of the high places, which are in the cities of Samaria, shall surely come to pass. After this, Jeroboam returned not from his evil way, but made again of the lowest of the people priests of the high places. Whosoever would, he consecrated him, and he became one of the priests of the high places. And this thing became sin unto the house of Jeroboam, even to cut it off, and to destroy it from off the face of the earth. Okay, it seems strange to me that Father would talk through what appears to be a false prophet. If this story is true as stated, then if you ever hear instructions from Father, you better do them to the letter regardless what someone else would say. Listen only to Yahuwah. I hope you enjoyed this. Shalom.
And you don't want to miss out either on the new online store. The link is in the description box, because we have just opened it and started with a collection of covenant products and services, including clothing and house items, posters, t-shirts, mugs, with graphic designs of our word studies on them. So if you want to wear the throne and the qualities of throne on you and contemplate them every day, go get a t-shirt. We take some of our thumbnails that people seem to really like, and I put them on things too. We hope you enjoy it. Click the Academy link in our store to learn about our courses that we offer in YHVH Paleo Hebrew. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and leave us a comment. Are there any words you'd like to see us do studies on? Write them in the comments. Shalom.
Mighty, he is so mighty, yeah. Mighty all the time, never takes a break, he's always right.